I would like to speak in honor of Dianne Durham today. In honor of Black History Month, I'd like to tell you about Dianne Durham, a gymnast who paved the way for young Black gymnasts for decades to come. Each young gymnast has a hero that they look up to. For me, it was Olga Korbut and then Nadia Comaneci. For my daughter, it was Carly Patterson. But our young Black gymnasts didn't have someone who looked like them until Dianne Durham rose through the ranks. A native of Gary, Indiana, Miss Durham was only 14 years old when she made history as the first African American to win the all-around title at the 1983 U.S. National Championships. She won 3 out of a possible 4 gold medals in the apparatus finals and was the first American woman to successfully execute a full twisting layout Sukahara on vault. It's very complicated. Dianne beat her teammate, Mary Lou Retton, to win the national title. When asked about how she felt about being the first Black gymnast to win the national championships, Dianne said, "People said, you're the first Black." I'm using the word Black because African American wasn't a term in my era. National champion. Do you know that didn't go through my head one time? Not one time. Do you know how many people had to tell me that? I could not understand why that was such a humongous deal. In 1981, Dianne competed in South Africa during apartheid. At the meet, there was a white section and a Black section. When she won, she said that all the Blacks stood up and were cheering, and I can't tell you the feeling of pride that gave me. Following the 1983 National Championships, she and Mary Lou continued to train with Bella Caroli to prepare for the 1984 Olympic Games. The powerful duo were seen as the foundation of a team that could help the U.S. beat Romania, Bella Caroli's former team that he had left only a few years earlier when he defected from the country. In 1980, Lucy Collins had become the first Black gymnast to qualify for the Olympic team, but she was not able to compete because of the U.S. boycott of the Moscow Games. Dianne Durham was going to be the gymnast that completed that journey into the 1984 Olympics. Injuries kept Dianne from participating in the 1983 World Championships. During the Olympic trials, she injured her ankle and then scratched from her final event. The hope was that she could be petitioned onto the Olympic team. However, the rules said that only gymnasts who had participated in the World Championships could be considered for a petition. Dianne was not given a spot on the 1984 Olympic team. Bella Caroli said, you can imagine him, any of you who lived through Mary Lou and the Olympics, how he would act. Bella Caroli said, can you imagine what kind of pain she is in? She has been working 10 years in gymnastics. She was the first Black kid to ever make it to a national title. This is a pretty big injustice to not have Durham on the Olympic team. The team needs her. The country needs her. Dianne put her touch on the gymnasts of Kentucky. In 1983, she and Mary Lou Retton came to my gym in Louisville with Bella Caroli and his staff. Her support of the young gymnasts was evident in pictures that one of my former students shared with me recently. As a coach, she traveled to Louisville many times to work with young gymnasts. Her support wasn't limited to the highest achieving athletes, and her impact was so profound that one gymnast shared a supportive note she had written all the way back in 1984. Dianne died last Thursday at the much too young age of 52. She had her beloved husband, Tom Drahosel, and her sister, Alice Durham, at her side. Many of my close friends, including Lee Warner, a dear friend of Dianne's, are mourning the loss of Dianne Durham. The example and inspiration that she provided to our young gymnasts was invaluable and helped them in a myriad of ways to achieve future success, both on and off the mat. I want to remember Dianne Durham, a woman of phenomenal talent, perseverance, and courage, on this day for her immeasurable contributions to our sport and to all those whose lives were positively impacted by her presence. I ask the clerk to read Legislative Citation 20 by title only.
Clerk, please report.
Citation 20, citation of adjournment. The House of Representatives of the Commonwealth of Kentucky does hereby adjourn this legislative day in loving memory and honor of Dianne Durham.
Lady from Jefferson.
Rest in peace, Dianne. You will be remembered forever. Thank you.
Citation adopted without objection. Lady from Jefferson.